Hello, today I'll be reviewing the Toy Story Collection, mrpotatohead. At least this is part of Wave 2 of the Toy Story Collection in 2010 by Thinkway Toys. Now, I did review this guy a long time ago on my channel back in 2020, nearly 3 years ago. It's been a long time since I last reviewed this guy. That review is in low quality. This video is going to have improvements to it and in much better quality compared to the original review I did of him back in 2020. Starting with the packaging he comes in, which I don't have, but here's what it looks like. He comes in standard white, blue, and yellow packaging. It's play school, animated talking mrpotatohead. With, animated with part popping action and stuff. Just just talk to him in response to your voice, make a lot of noises, his parts fly off. Stuff. He's got a charging button plugged into him that you'll have to disconnect from his battery compartment. Yeah, the side's very basic. Just show almost like the same thing. Just talk to him in response to your voice, make a lot of noise, his parts pop off. You can move his mouth to keep him from talking. You can change his look, basically rearrange his parts. The bag got him into the toy himself, and just same thing, just how it works. Just the contents you get, the certificate of authenticity. Very basic. Now here's a look at mrpotatohead himself. We get in the box, he only has his bowler hat, happy eyes, nose, mustache, and happy mouth on when we give him in box. You also get both his ears and both his arms, which are tied in the box, the sides, which you'll have to remove. And also with that, you get the angry eyes and angry mouth as well. You also get the certificate of authenticity, which I do not have, but here's what it looks like. Same thing as any other Toy Story Collection figures, except this one has the mrpotatohead logo on it. It's all the same, jibber jabber. It also has an instruction booklet, which it's very basic. It's just, the contents you get, how he works and stuff. Very basic information. Here's what it looks like without all his parts on. If you take a look at mrpotatohead's body, this is what he looks like without all his parts. You can't really fit normal potato parts in here from a normal mrpotatohead because these are all hexagon shaped. You can't really switch them around a bit. I mean, not the mouth and the hat, though. They can only go into the ones they're supposed to go into. He has these rubber grippers on the bottom of his shoes to help him grip on a hard surface. It's a code here. Here's his copyright 2010 Hasbro, copyright Disney/Pixar thing toys, patent pending, made in China. The shoes are not detachable. They're the most highly detailed ones I've ever seen on a mrpotatohead. His legs, which they're a bit long compared to how they are in the movie. He has screws in the back. There's a speaker. There's the pop reset button. That's the easy way how you pop off all his parts, / the socket reset button, if you can reset the sockets. There's his fake back compartment. You have Phillips head screwdriver to remove it, change the batteries. That's where the charging button plugs into. Right here, down here, if I can focus. That's his on/play, off, and shine/demo mode switch. Right here, that small hole, that's his microphone. So that's how he picks you up. You talk to him, responds to your voice. And take a look at all the parts that he comes with. Here's the happy eyes. Angry eyes. You may notice these two have two different pegs in the back. Like the happy eyes, you can plug into the left IL socket. Angry eyes have a peg for the right IL socket. They don't really trigger happy or angry mode. I mean, and they're still not separate, sadly. It's unfortunate. There's his nose. Just two pegs. This one's for the mustache. Here's the mustache, which clips onto the nose. Here's his happy mouth. Here's his angry mouth. Here's both sets of ears, which these are one of the most highly detailed mrpotatohead ears I've ever seen. The most highly detailed ones I've seen so far. Here's both his arms, which they're not flexible or anything like those 1980s mrpotatoheads with the bendable arms that are not removable. Here's his bowler hat, which it's kind of more of a matte finish instead of like glossy, like normal mrpotatohead hats are. Now, in order to get the trying button disconnected from him, you'll have to remove the panel off his battery pack with a Phillips head screwdriver. This is what the inside of him looks like. Needs 4 AA batteries, which are included for in-store demonstration only. And that's where the trying button plugs in his battery pack. You may notice on the fake back compartment piece that it has this little thin hole right here because that's where the wire for the try me button goes into. That's what goes right through. So yeah, so if you want to remove the try me button when you give him a box, you're gonna have to unscrew this fake back compartment. If you want to remove the try me button, I have seen some people haven't removed it for some reason. Alright, before we get into electronic features, I will point out that for those of you who watched my original Toy Story Collection Mr. Potato review back in 2020, my Mr. Potato has one slight problem, which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you. I'm just going to put him in trying mode first. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about.
Hi, Mr. Potato Head. What's it to you?
See, whenever I have the happy eyes on, they interfere with the nose, causing it to fall off. It always seems to happen every time. Whether I do or don't have the mustache on, or if I have the happy mouth or angry mouth on, it always happens. Because, let me show you, look. Because the happy eyes plug in the right eye hole socket, they wiggle up and down, like this, interfering with the nose, causing it to fall off. Yeah, it always seems to happen with mine. I'm not the only one with this problem. Other YouTubers who own Toy Story Collection, Mr. Potato, like me, have had this problem. Disney Porygon had that problem in his review. He also mentioned that SpongeBob 212 had that problem in his Toy Story Collection Mr. Potato review as well. And my Gems has the same problem as well. So I'm not the only one with the problem with Toy Story Collection Mr. Potato with the happy eyes interfering with the nose, causing it to fall off all the time. Alright, so since I will be using the happy eyes in the video, since they cause the nose to fall off, I'll be switching out with the angry eyes. They don't really trigger happy or angry mode for having a different peg on each side. Doesn't really seem to trigger happy or angry mode. And there's still one piece, Sally, not separated. Such a huge disappointment. Okay, we'll switch him to try mode first and show you what he says when given box in stores. Just push his hat and hear him talk.
Hi, Mr. Potato Head. What's it to you? Can you speak up? I can't hear you. If you talk any louder, I think I'm going to fall apart. Jeez Louise, that scared me to pieces. What are you looking at? Haven't you seen a talking potato? Go ahead, make a funny face out of me. Ugh, I gotta rest.
That's all he says in try mode. He'll start all over again.
Hi, Mr. Potato Head, what's it to you?
He says sayings tell and try me. 5 is interactive sayings, 1 is part popping sayings, and his sleep mode phrase. Because after playing with him for a while, or if leaving me for a while, he'll eventually go into sleep mode to conserve his battery life. And by the way, if you take off his mouth, you won't talk, but that doesn't work in try me mode. I'll show you.
Hi, Mr. Potato Head, what's it to you?
He still talks in try mode, even if his mouth is disconnected. Alright, I guess we'll put him on to play or on mode now and show you his interactivity. Let's turn to the right and let's turn him on and get going.
Hi, Mr. Potato Head, what's it to you?
Now I can talk to him.
You know what you're looking at? A classic. That's right, a masterpiece in plastic.
He will respond to your voice. What's up, Mr. Potato? You can push down his hat too.
Okay, here's a little joke for you. How am I like a bad actor? I'm always losing parts. Wow, tough playroom.
Pushing his hat, it's the same thing, basically.
Could I get some help over here? Yeah. Just make sure I don't fall to pieces. Go ahead, make a funny face out of me.
I could.
Easy there. You're gonna turn me into mashed potatoes.
I doubt I could.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
I said I doubt I could.
No yelling, please. You'll scare me to pieces, literally.
Well, I'm not that loud, am I?
A word of advice. If it ain't broke, keep it the way it is.
Sure thing.
Hey, watch it, buddy. How would you feel if someone kept changing your parts?
Well, I wouldn't feel that good, would I?
What was that? Can you speak up?
I said I wouldn't feel that good, would I?
La da 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 da. Sa da 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 boom ba 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 da boom 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 ba.
What's up, Potato Head?
I'm Mr. Potato Head. What's it to you?
Yeah, I know who you are.
What are you looking at? Haven't you seen a talking potato?
Of course.
Can you speak up? I can't hear you.
I said, well, of course.
And there's no way I'm supposed to be babysitting. La da 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 da. Sa da 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 boom ba 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 da boom 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 ba. Hey, buddy, what's up? If you talk any louder, I think I'm going to fall apart. Okay, here's a little joke for you. How am I like a bad actor? I'm always losing parts. Wow, tough playroom. I'm Mr. Potato Head. What's it to you? And there's no way I'm supposed to be babysitting. What was that? Can you speak up? No yelling, please. You'll scare me to pieces, literally. What are you looking at? Haven't you seen a talking potato? Go ahead, make a funny face out of me. Hey, watch it, buddy. How would you feel if someone kept changing your parts? La da 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 da. Sa da 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 boom ba 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 da boom 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 ba. You know what you're looking at? A classic. That's right, a masterpiece in plastic. What was that? I didn't hear you. Easy there. You're gonna turn me into mashed potatoes. A word of advice. If it ain't broke, keep it the way it is. Hey, buddy, what's up? Can you speak up? I can't hear you. If you talk any louder, I think I'm going to fall apart. Can I get some help over here? Yeah. Just make sure I don't fall to pieces.
Alright, I believe that covers all of his interactive sayings. So just talking to him and pushing his heads, Larry, just the same thing. Responds with Don Rickles' original voice. So that covers all his talk mode phrases. He doesn't have any toy mode phrases like "what are you" or "buzz," where it sounds like it's coming through a speaker, where it's muffled sounding. And of course, we take off his mouth. He won't talk anymore. The only thing you can hear are the motors inside him.
You know what you're looking at? A classic. That's right, a masterpiece in plastic. Could I get some attention here? Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Ugh, I gotta rest.
So yeah, if you leave him like that for a bit, he will say those two things, asking if, are you still there? And eventually he'll go into sleep mode to conserve his battery life. Just press his hat to wake him back up.
I'm Mr. Potato Head. What's it to you?
Our favorite part is when we make a loud noise.
Hey, look, I'm Picasso.
All his parts will pop off.
Hey, look, I'm Picasso. What's happening? Oh, yeah.
So after you pop him, he will be in sleep mode, so the interactivity is cut off. And he won't talk again unless you put the hat back on. So you reassemble him, make sure you put the hat on last, so you don't have him talking while you're reassembling him. And always make sure to put the hat on last so he doesn't talk or anything when you're reassembling him. So let's put his hat back on and wake him back up.
No yelling, please. You'll scare me to pieces, literally.
And the interactivity automatically comes back on. Let's do you can show the part popping action again.
What was that all about?
There's a few part popping things I'll try to demonstrate. So let's reassemble again and we'll show you the others.
A of advice. If it ain't broke, keep it the way it is. Where's my ear? Who's seen my ear?
Pushing the button is basically how you reset the sockets / the easy way. Let's push it and we'll get the rest of the part popping things.
Jeez Louise, that scared me to pieces. Getting kind of tense, aren't you, buddy? Take it easy, buddy. I'm tired of losing my parts. Hey, look, I'm Picasso.
Alright, that's all his part popping things. He says at least 6 of them total. That's every one of them. Okay, real quick, I thought I'd show you guys a picture montage of a lot of different faces we can do with rearranging his parts. So here's a size comparison with 2 other Mr. Potatoheads. Here's just the standard version, the Toy Story 4 version. There's a lot of differences when it comes to the colors and details. Both these have more glossy black on the hat. This one has a matte one. This one has the most detailed ears compared to these two. These two have the most detailed mustaches. This is bright orange. This is pale orange. This is like a darker orange. Shoes are different. These are the most high detailed shoes. These are dark blue. It's like a pale blue. This one does not have the right mouth. This one has the most movie accurate toy mode mouth. This one's bright red instead of dark red. Yeah, you can bend the arms on these ones. You can't really bend the arms on this one. Also, the eyes are different. This one has eyebrows. This one does not. This one has eyebrows. Back view, these two got back compartments. You can open up, store pieces inside them. These ones look terrible because they have holes in the back, which is inaccurate. This one does not because this is this battery compartment. So final thoughts on this Mr. Potatohead. I think he's well worth the price for the interactivity, the part popping action, and Don Rickles' original voice. Because, you know, unfortunately, Don Rickles had sadly passed away a few years ago, and so rest in peace, Don Rickles, sadly. But those of us who have Toy Story Collection, Mr. Potatohead will always have his original voice in him. So if you'll pick this guy up today, I got mine off eBay back in 2019 for around the hundreds. I mean, he's in pretty good condition. He didn't have the box, the certificate, or the instructions, but I think it's well worth the price. He goes for around the hundreds on eBay nowadays, being one of the rare, sought-after Toy Story Collection figures. He was only available for a limited time back in the day in 2010. He's released as part way 2 of the Toy Story Collection, along with the Toy Belt Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, Bullseye, and Lotso. He's only available for 1 year in 2010. Then 2011 he was gone. So he was basically a limited edition Toy Story Collection figure, being only available for 1 year in 2010, then be gone in 2011. I think he used to be at Toys R Us stores, Target, Walmart. I recall seeing him back in Disney Store in 2010. Which cost $50, but he's gone up in value since then, around the hundreds and even 1,000 for being one of the rare discontinued Toy Story Collection figures that Thinkway Toys sadly never brought back, unfortunately. So if you pick him up today, try to find him for a good deal and make sure he's got all his parts and stuff. He works fine. I think he was discontinued because I think the gears got stuck. I've seen some people's Mr. Potatoheads that the gears have gotten stuck where he doesn't move. He just makes that kind of the grinding sound because his gears are stuck. That's probably why he was discontinued. So yeah, if you want to find him on eBay, make sure he's in good condition, he's got his parts, and that he works fine. Yeah. Or if you want one that can store pieces inside him and stuff, just go for the regular Toy Story Mr. Potatohead. I know they all have inaccuracies, like, you know, the eyes are still not separated, the shoes don't come off, and, you know, you can store pieces inside him. I've seen people have shortened the legs on this guy, but I'm not going to do it on mine because this guy is pretty rare, and I don't want to ruin his value. Yeah, besides, on the Toy Story custom replicas, custom movie accurate Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head that I got off eBay that I showed. So I at least have a movie accurate Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, other than this guy. So if around the hundreds or 1,000 or higher is a bit pricey for this guy, I think just go for the normal versions of Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. You could try to mod and make him more movie accurate. This guy also has some obscure prototypes, which here's what they look like. The prototypes look completely different. It's like the prototypes he was supposed to have short legs. I think the legs of some of those were a bit orange-brown colored. The eyes look like they're supposed to be separate, a different mouth. That's what the prototypes looked like compared to the final product. So if you find them on eBay, I recommend finding them for a good deal. Just there are Japan imported ones that you might find loose and they speak Japanese with a Japanese Mr. Potato Head voice actor. The Japanese ones slightly differ from the English version because the Japanese versions have a gold Japanese sticker on the box, and the bottom's a black and white Japanese description, and has the Cartoon's logo on the bottom. That's one you can tell of the English versus the Japanese one with the boxes. So as always, enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have any questions or any requests or anything, just feel free to leave a comment about it in the comment section down below. If you'd like to see more video reviews and content, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day.